They don't just drive, they dominate. These are the electric monsters rewriting the laws of speed, shattering records with power numbers we once thought were impossible. Forget 500 horsepower, we're talking over 2,900. And the most powerful EV on this list? It makes supercars from just 5 years ago look like toys. Buckle in. By the time we hit number 1, you'll understand why the future of speed belongs to electric.
Number 10. Lucid Air Sapphire. On paper, the Lucid Air Sapphire looks like a high-end luxury sedan built for long, quiet drives. But under that sleek business-class exterior hides 1,234 horsepower, the kind of power that can leave most supercars humiliated. With a starting price around $250,000, it's Lucid's bold statement that electric doesn't have to choose between refinement and raw speed. Its tri-motor setup pushes it from 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, and that's without a roaring V12, just pure, instant electric thrust. Lucid didn't stop at speed though. The Sapphire comes with razor-sharp torque vectoring, actively feeding each wheel exactly the power it needs. You feel it most when taking a sweeping curve at speed. The car stays flat, composed, and unnervingly confident for something this big. Inside, the cabin is pure luxury. High-grade leather, expansive glass roof, and a crystal-clear 34-inch curved display wrap you in comfort, while hidden beneath it all is an advanced thermal management system that keeps the motors cool under relentless acceleration. Even the seats are performance-tuned, bolstered enough to hold you in place without sacrificing long drive comfort. Yes, the weight is noticeable if you push it hard on tight back roads, and the price puts it in rare company. But that's the point. This isn't a car you buy to blend in. It's the one you pull up in when you want quiet sophistication on the outside and a beast ready to awaken under your right foot. And if you think $250,000 and 1,234 horsepower is intense, the car at number 9 costs even more, and its power makes the Lucid look almost modest. Before we dive deeper into the most powerful electric cars in the world, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. You won't want to miss more contents like this, where luxury and comfort come alive. Now let's get back to it.
Number 9. Bugatti Tourbillon. Bugatti has always been a name that means excess, in speed, in luxury, in price. But the Tourbillon, their all-electric hypercar for 2025, redefines what excess even means. Priced at an eye-watering $3.9 million, it's not just a car, it's a statement, the kind of statement reserved for the handful of people in the world who can afford it. Underneath its sculpted carbon fiber skin, the Tourbillon delivers roughly 1,775 horsepower from a cutting-edge quad motor system. That's enough to slam you from 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. But the magic isn't just in the straight-line numbers. Bugatti has mastered the art of making speed feel effortless. So even at mind-bending velocities, the car feels planted, balanced, and eerily calm. Inside, you don't get stripped-down racing minimalism. You get handcrafted leather, bespoke metal switchgear, and a digital cockpit designed to feel like a luxury watch. Every surface is finished with obsessive attention to detail, right down to the stitching on the steering wheel. The doors open like sculpture in motion, and when you sit down, you're not just in a driver's seat, you're in the center of a multi-million-dollar experience. Of course, the Tourbillon's weight and price keep it far from being a track day toy for most owners. This is a machine for those who want ultimate bragging rights, the knowledge that they're driving one of the rarest and most powerful electric cars ever built. And here's the kicker. As wild as 1,775 horsepower sounds, we're about to step into territory where power climbs past 2,000 and the cars start breaking not just speed records, but the very limits of what we thought an EV could do. Number 8. Hennessy Venom F5 EV. When you hear the name Hennessy, you think outrageous speed records and machines built to scare anything else on the highway. The Venom F5 EV takes that reputation and brings it fully electric, and it doesn't pull any punches. With the starting price hovering near $2.5 million, it's an elite hypercar that pairs American muscle car attitude with bleeding-edge EV technology. Its quad-motor setup delivers around 1,817 horsepower, and unlike some hypercars that save their full potential for perfect track conditions, the F5 EV feels like it's straining at the leash every second you're in it. Step on the accelerator and the surge is instant, violent, and almost surreal, like you skipped the laws of physics. Hennessy designed the carbon fiber chassis to keep the weight as low as possible, so despite the massive battery pack, the car stays sharp in the corners. Active aerodynamics adjust on the fly, giving you max downforce when you need grip and letting you slice through the air when you want raw speed. Inside, you don't get plush armchairs and wood trim. This cabin is all business. Lightweight racing seats, minimalist controls, and a digital display designed to keep your attention on one thing, the road ahead disappearing at a terrifying rate. Yet there's still just enough comfort to remind you that this is a road-legal car, not a stripped-out track prototype. The Venom F5 EV isn't just about numbers. It's about making you feel like you're holding the trigger of a loaded cannon every time you drive. But here's the thing. Even with its 1,817 horsepower, it's not the American EV on this list that will shock you the most. That's still to come, and it's much, much wilder.
Number 7. Pininfarina B95. Some cars are meant to be driven. The Pininfarina B95 looks like it was meant to be displayed in a museum, if that museum also had a runway for private jet takeoffs. Priced at an exclusive $4.8 million, the B95 is more than a hypercar. It's a rolling piece of Italian automotive art, with a performance record that's just as jaw-dropping as its bodywork. Beneath its sweeping, open-top silhouette lies an electric powertrain producing about 1,877 horsepower. And yes, you read that right. Open-top. This isn't a convertible with a folding roof. The B95 has no roof at all. That means when you put your foot down, you're not just feeling speed, you're wearing it. The rush of wind, the roar of the tires, and the silence of the electric motors create a surreal mix that's unlike anything else on the road. Built almost entirely from carbon fiber, the B95 keeps its weight in check while offering incredible rigidity. The aerodynamics aren't just for show. Every curve is designed to manage airflow and keep the car stable when it's charging toward its top speed. Pininfarina's attention to craftsmanship shows everywhere. Hand-stitched leather seats, billet aluminum switchgear, and design cues pulled straight from their coach-building heritage. But here's the truth. With no roof and a price tag that rivals a penthouse in Monaco, the B95 isn't practical for daily life. It's built for rare moments, for the handful of owners who can take it to a private road or track and unleash all 1,877 horsepower without a care in the world. And as impressive as that sounds, we're still not even in the top half of this list. Number 6 is where the power numbers start to get truly absurd. Number 6. Pininfarina Battista. If the Pininfarina B95 is a rare sculpture, the Battista is the sculptor's masterpiece made for the road. Priced around $2.5 million, it takes everything Pininfarina knows about beauty and speed, then turns the power dial up to a level that makes even seasoned drivers double-check their seatbelts. The Battista's 4 electric motors combine for roughly 1,900 horsepower, giving it the kind of acceleration that's hard to explain until you feel it. 0 to 60? Under 2 seconds. That's not just quick, that's sensory overload. Your vision narrows, your stomach drops, and before your brain registers what happened, you're already doing highway speeds. But here's where Pininfarina sets itself apart. It doesn't just chase numbers. The Battista feels like a complete package. The battery is mounted low for better balance, the suspension is tuned for both agility and comfort, and the aerodynamics actively shift to keep you planted without spoiling the elegance of the design. The result is a hypercar you can actually drive for more than 10 minutes without feeling like you've been in a boxing match. Inside, the cockpit wraps you in handcrafted leather, precision machined controls, and a driver-focused digital cluster. Every surface feels intentional, like it belongs in a luxury boutique, not a stripped-down race car. And while the Battista is electric at heart, it's still every bit an Italian exotic in spirit, carrying that unmistakable sense of drama whether it's parked or moving. The Battista sits at a crossroads between art and engineering, where both fight for your attention in the best possible way. But as incredible as it is, the car at number 5 doesn't just compete, it rewrites the definition of electric performance entirely.
Number 5. Rimac Nevera R.
The Rimac Nevera R isn't just a car. It's a technological sledgehammer from Croatia that has shocked the entire automotive world. With a price tag around $2.4 million, it combines brutal performance with an intelligence that most cars can only dream of. Under its sculpted carbon fiber shell lies a 4-motor powertrain producing an earth-shaking 2,107 horsepower. That's enough to smash acceleration records worldwide. 0 to 60, just over 1.7 seconds. Quarter mile, under 9 seconds. These aren't just impressive numbers, they're the kind that rewrite what's possible for a street-legal car. But the Nevera R's brilliance isn't just in raw speed, it's in control. Each wheel has its own dedicated motor, and the car's brain constantly calculates how to distribute torque, adjusting in milliseconds. That means no matter how hard you push it, the Nevera feels composed, stable, and frighteningly precise. Even the braking is next level, using regenerative tech so powerful it can slow the car like a parachute while recharging the battery. Inside, the cabin feels modern and minimalist, with digital displays that let you customize everything from driving modes to torque delivery. Lightweight materials keep the mass low, and the seating position feels like a jet cockpit than a Grand Touring. It's high-tech without being cold, a rare balance in a performance EV. The Rimac Nevera R doesn't just prove that electric cars can play in the hypercar league, it proves they can dominate it. And yet, as astonishing as 2,107 horsepower sounds, the next car on our list manages to squeeze even more from its motors, and do it with a style all its own. Number 4. Lotus Evija.
Lotus built its legacy on lightweight, agile sports cars, machines that dance through corners rather than brute force their way down a straight. But the Lotus Evija, priced around $2.3 million, changes the playbook entirely. It's still unmistakably Lotus in spirit, but this time the brand has embraced sheer, overwhelming power, roughly 2,012 horsepower from its all-electric setup. It's an odd combination on paper, a brand obsessed with minimalism creating one of the most powerful cars in the world. Yet that's what makes the Evija so compelling. It's not just about hitting outrageous top speeds, though it will. It's about harnessing that power with precision. The chassis is carbon fiber, the aerodynamics are active, and the weight is kept impressively low for a hypercar packing this much battery. From behind the wheel, the Evija delivers a sensation that's part fighter jet, part scalpel. The acceleration is instant and violent, but the steering is sharp, giving you the confidence to actually use the power. Lotus engineers have made sure it's not just a straight-line monster, it's a track weapon too. Step inside, and you're met with a futuristic motorsport-inspired cockpit. There's exposed carbon, digital displays that feel like aircraft instrumentation, and seating that hugs you without strangling comfort. It's a driver's environment, pure and simple, but still dressed in a level of craftsmanship worthy of a car in this price range. The Evija proves that Lotus can adapt to the electric age without losing its DNA. But here's where it gets interesting. The next car in our countdown pushes past 2,000 horsepower too, yet adds a unique twist in design and engineering that makes it unlike anything else on this list.
Number 3. Aspark Owl. Japan isn't often the first country people think of when it comes to electric hypercars, but the Aspark Owl changes that in a heartbeat. Priced at roughly $3.5 million, it's one of the most exotic EVs on the planet, and not just because of its dramatic looks. With around 1,953 horsepower, the Owl's performance numbers are borderline unbelievable. This is a car designed to dominate the acceleration game. 0 to 60? Under 1.7 seconds. That's faster than most motorcycles and quicker than almost anything you'll ever see on a public road.
The Owl uses a quad-motor setup to deliver its colossal power with perfect control, and the torque is instantaneous. No revs, no lag, just a silent, neck-snapping launch that leaves your stomach somewhere behind you. The body is pure carbon fiber, sculpted low and wide for maximum aerodynamic efficiency. At just under a meter tall, the Owl looks like it's slicing through the air even when it's parked. The active rear wing and diffuser aren't just for show, they adjust dynamically to keep the car glued to the ground as speeds climb. Inside, the Aspark Owl blends race car minimalism with luxury touches. You get a driver-focused cabin, digital instrumentation, and seating that feels tailored to your body. It's not built for long road trips. This is a machine for short, unforgettable bursts of adrenaline. What makes the Owl special isn't just the speed, it's the fact that Japan entered the hyper-EV space and immediately built something that can challenge the best from Europe and America. But as wild as 1,953 horsepower is, the next car leaps past 2,000, and it comes from a company that's rewriting the rules of what a GT can be. Number 2. Koenigsegg Gemera. Koenigsegg has never been interested in building ordinary cars, and the Gemera is proof that they're still rewriting the rule book. With a starting price hovering around $1.7 million, it's not just one of the most powerful electrified cars on the planet, it's also one of the most unexpected. Why? Because this isn't a stripped-out track machine. It's a 4-seat megacar with enough space for luggage and a mind-melding 2,300 horsepower when you combine its electric motors with a compact, high-output combustion engine. That's right, the Gemera is a hybrid, but not in the eco-friendly commuter sense. Its 3 electric motors alone produce more power than most supercars, and when paired with Koenigsegg's unique 3-cylinder twin-turbo engine, the combined output is so extreme it borders on the absurd. The result? Instant torque from the EV side, screaming top-end power from the petrol engine, and a driving experience that blends the best of both worlds. Koenigsegg didn't stop at raw numbers. The Gemera is packed with cutting-edge tech, from torque vectoring to active suspension to an advanced thermal management system that keeps performance consistent no matter how hard you push it. Step inside and you'll find a surprisingly comfortable cabin. Leather, Alcantara, premium audio, and infotainment that wouldn't feel out of place in a luxury sedan. It's part rocket, part grand tourer. But here's the real magic. This car can do hypercar acceleration runs in the morning, cruise with the family in the afternoon, and still have the range for long-distance travel. It's the closest thing to having 2 cars in one, if you can afford it. And yet, even this engineering marvel doesn't take the top spot. Number 1 is pure electric, and it makes every other car here look tame. Number 1. Yangwang U9 Track Edition. It's not from Italy. It's not from Germany. The most powerful electric car in the world as of 2025 comes from China, and it's called the Yangwang U9 Track Edition. Priced at around $1.5 million, it's a car that doesn't just push boundaries, it blows them apart, delivering an astonishing 2,977 horsepower from its 4-motor electric setup. On paper, that number is almost hard to believe. In reality, it's even harder to comprehend when you experience it. The U9 Track Edition launches like nothing else, 0 to 60 in well under 2 seconds, with acceleration so fierce it feels like the horizon is being dragged toward you. This isn't just quick, it's in a different dimension of speed. Each motor controls its own wheel, allowing torque vectoring so precise it can pivot the car in ways that almost defy physics. Combine that with an adaptive suspension tuned for track use, massive carbon ceramic brakes, and aerodynamics that generate enormous downforce, and you've got a machine built to annihilate lap times. Step inside, and you'll find a surprising mix of high-tech minimalism and luxury flair. Bolstered racing seats, driver-focused displays, and premium materials that make it as comfortable in the pits as it is on the straightaway. And unlike many ultra-exotic hypercars, the U9 isn't just a limited-run concept. It's a statement that China is ready to take on and beat the best in the world. But here's the question that lingers. If we've already hit nearly 3,000 horsepower in 2025, what happens next? Somewhere in a design studio or a hidden test track, the next generation of electric hypercars is being born. And when they arrive, today's monsters might suddenly look slow.